welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 5 for some more multiplayer racing. Now, for this session, we are using B-class cars fitted with 4-cylinder engines. However, all of the races are off-road. Now, I have gone for a different route to most. I have the 695 recently added to the game, a very cool vehicle, a very fast vehicle, I would imagine, if it was being used sensibly. But of course, I'm two-wheel drive. Now, it's not to say that there are not going to be any other two-wheel drives in here. Some may have gone a similar route. Of course, being all off-road events, all-wheel drive is going to be the sensible route to go. My hope is this vehicle is going, I mean, it's quite light, it has a couple of hundred horsepower. My hope is this vehicle is going to be good enough to overcome the fact that it's two-wheel drive. That's brave to say that. I mean, to be fair, off the line, it was an absolute little rocket ship. Now, I haven't got the launch control on, but I'm not sure that that's going to do much good here, if I am being perfectly honest with you. It works, oh god, normally with a bit more powerful cars. Too much power and it's useless. Too little power and it's generally quite useless. However, it certainly seemed to get us off the line quite well there. I don't think I've got the speed of the Toyota in this one. Whoop. And I don't have the speed of, potentially the speed of the Audi. We will see. We are not too bad down the straights here. Well, there's maybe going to be a gap underneath that Toyota for... Well, I don't think I've got the... Pretty sure the 86 is a lot faster in a straight line than we are, which does look to be the case. The Abarth is trying to put up a good fight here. We may get the pass. We kind of repass. Ultimately, I think we're going to lose out, though we are still side by side around the outside of that Toyota. In the end, I think we are going to have to concede, are we? Not quite yet. Not quite giving it up. Oh, I don't know how we got the checkpoint. Oh god, front wheel drive wanted to pull me straight through that section. Oh, I mean, the little Fiat, I don't know if that Toyota's all-wheel drive. I'm going to guess it perhaps is, judging by the lack of oversteer or anything. For a front-wheel drive car, I am immensely impressed. Now, I am a champion, not a champion, I do like front-wheel drive in Horizon. I have used it a few times when you would perhaps expect not. Now, this circuit is one of the circuits where it's perhaps going to work a little bit better. It's not really any low-speed corners. Can we squeeze around the outside of a Subaru on the snow, on the dirt here? It's the inside for the next corner. We've had to be a little bit more robust on said Subaru than I would have liked. We've got the move done. This Abarth is really... I mean, I knew it was going to be good. I just thought, well, this is one of those mad ideas. It's like, surely this can't work. If anything can do it, this is the sort of car, though, that might be able to make it work. Oh, too much understeer. Tell you what, if I get turn 1 right, this thing is an absolute monster. I didn't get turn 1 right there, but, yeah, there is a lot of speed to be had in this. We are going to... Are we going to be able to do anything about the cars ahead? No, not quite. Haven't quite got the grip through there. It was kind of worth a go. The Toyota's having a look. Now, if they fight each other, Toyota versus BMW, could there be a gap? Oh, there was a look. There was a think about making it 3 wide, but I wasn't really close enough to sensibly do that one. We've got a great run out of the final corner. Oh, and that's missed a checkpoint. That promotes me up into a second place here. With, oh no, we're going to run the wall. Ah. Damn it. That was just asking too much of the little Abarth. It almost worked. It almost came good, and I've got it all wrong through the next corner. I say almost came good. It was always going to be difficult. We needed an absolutely perfect final lap, and it has not been that whatsoever. I think I'm in the wrong gear as well through here. Oh god, Fiat's all upset through that section. Yeah, it's been a really bad final lap for us, but the front-wheel drive machine is fantastic. I will give credit where credit is due. That is a wonderful little car. We held on for second, yeah. Scruffy, very bad final lap from me. Could have and should have been better right there. Jesus, that was, well, I mean, it might not work everywhere like that. I'm happy enough with the pace of the front-wheel drive Abarth. If that Toyota's rear-wheel drive, it would be glorious that two-wheel drives take first and second. But yeah, pleased with that. It's a good start. It's a good start for my wacky theory. We're off to the San Juan Scramble for our next race. I fear this may not be the best of circuits for the Abarth. I think it's going to excel at twisty stuff and potentially struggle more here. In some ways, perhaps, the downsides of front-wheel drive probably won't be as bad on this circuit because there's not going to be any low-speed traction zones, but we shall see how it all fares. I mean, certainly that Escort is all-wheel drive or some crazy path. It got off the line quite well, which is, yeah, I'm not quite able to match that. For a two-wheel drive, for a front-wheel drive, this is quite quick launching. I think what helps is the fact that it's insane. I say insanely light. It's 1,900, 1,800 pounds. It's, yeah, incredibly lightweight for a modern car. I mean, I know this is a 695 is essentially a track car. The Biposto is designed as basically a race car, which does make it very, very light indeed. Oh, there is an Escort in a wall. There is something in the boot in the door. Not sure what it was that hit us. But yeah, the downside, of course, with my car is it is going to be low on power. It's going to work at the twisties. It's not going to be so great here. We'll give it the best shot we can. It should be fast through this section here, in theory, if we can make the most of the grip, which we certainly do have. Can I get to the inside of the Mazda? Thinking about it, we're kind of buzzing around, looking for a way past. No, it might be to the outside here. Yep, got the grip to do that. That'll work. That'll work very nicely indeed. Good Fiat. Right, we're going to go chasing off after an Escort. I think this is probably going to be the battle. I don't think I can match the top three. I think their vehicle's better suited to the faster circuit. We are flat through toe. I mean, the confidence I have in this car, I just believe it is going to stick through most of these corners. Now, that's going to get me in trouble at some point, I am sure. But for now it is currently working. Can we look? Oh, God, I've got so much more grip than the Escort there. I wasn't even really setting up for... I wasn't prepared to be setting up for an overtake there. We just can carry so much more speed, and that ended up in trouble. Maybe it is an all-wheel drive. It was definitely struggling with grip through there and sliding all over the road. We will come out of that in fourth place. All right, come on, little Fiat. Let's see if we can run away. I mean, if any of the cars ahead miss a checkpoint, it'd be helpful. But I think that is... Oh, no, can't be flat through there. Yeah, that was probably a little too ambitious for that one. Don't know why I thought we could get away with it. I mean, we are almost flat through this section. It's the place where we're going to make up time, basically. I'm not going to be able to make up time down the straights, so our best bet is we have to be absolutely insane through the corners, essentially. We are pulling away from the Escort and the BMW. Oh, I had a confidence lift through turn one. I don't know whether I can take turn one flat. That's one of those very dubious flat corners. I feel like the car should be able to do it. I'm just not sure in my own abilities at getting it through there flat out. Do I want fourth or do I want fifth up here? I'm not sure. We're catching the Subaru a little bit. Don't know whether we're going to be able to catch it on the final lap of the race for maybe a position. Oh, come on, Abarth. You can do this. For power for the front-wheel drives. I really was not sure how this was going to go. I knew I wanted to have a go with this car, and it would probably be very strong for normal stuff, but this is really outside of probably its comfort zone, and I'm currently very, very impressed. Now, this corner here is not flat. That's much better. I mean, we've really closed on the Subaru now. Could we find a way... I mean... I think this is going to be one of those. I might catch it. I don't know where I'm going to pass it. This isn't the easiest track in the world to be overtaking around, but we shall have a go and see what we can do on the final lap of the race. Top two are long gone. No real big surprise in that one. Don't lift, don't lift. Didn't lift that time around, and it was all good. It was all good for the 695. We should be, I mean, we're going to be easy flat all the way down this section. It's this next corner where we are very quick, I think, compared to quite a lot of cars, because we can just carry so much speed through here. I think the Subaru hit the wall. Oh, we can carry so much speed, but I got it wrong that time around. Oh, God damn it. The Subaru's had a better lap this time than they did last time. Do I want fourth? Or I'm kind of in two minds. I'm in between gears a little bit around here. I'm not quite sure. Now, I mean, fourth has worked. We are onto the tarmac. I'm getting absolutely everything I can in the 695. We are right there. We are reeling in that Subaru. I think it's going to be too late unless we can do something absolutely spectacular through here. I mean, we know we're very, very quick at this section. We barely need to brake. I see the lights come on the Subaru. It's going to be a drag race to the line between the 695 and the Impreza. It's going to go the way of the Subaru. I can't do it. We needed another lap. Ugh. If I hadn't made a couple of little... If I'd had a better final lap, there would have been there's a chance we could have got a podium. But, yeah. I mean, we're the best of the rest. Can't match the top two. We were best of the rest in terms of lap time. However, we couldn't. We just ran out of time trying to catch the Subaru. Ugh. Yeah. It's a fourth. I'll still take it. I'll still take it. We are off to a cross-country circuit next. This kind of is almost a figure-of-8 circuit. Loops its way around one of the sort of temple areas. I mean, on the surface of it, quite a simple track. Some decent length straights. I think we're going to struggle against the Audi and Toyota. That being said, the final section is quite technical, and I can make up some lap time. I will be able to make up some lap time in the corners here. While it is a more simple circuit layout, the straights aren't crazy long. One of the big one of the big things to be aware of around this track is debris. That can be a real nightmare, and it could well cause me grief in a little Fiat. But we will have to see how this all pans out. I don't really know. We've got through that first section quite nicely with the 695. I picked a different line to everybody because I've got a car that can do it, basically. Oh, God, there are vehicles all over the place. Oh, well, that's going to not help. Well, that's a shame, isn't it? Yeah, we got nicely through everything, and then we come to the twisty section where my car is going to be good, and we've been absolutely bullied by everyone. Lovely. Well, we had a great start, and then we get pushed out of the way by everything. So, yeah, awesome. That is slightly frustrating. It's one of the problems you get when you have a essentially pure handling car is, if you get stuck, if you have trouble, it's very difficult to make up. I mean, I'd say this is a pure handling car, relatively speaking. It's certainly going to be gaining most of its lap time in the corners. We know it struggles a little bit down the straights. It's not the worst straight line speed car I've had in one of these sessions, I don't think. But yeah, we definitely can't match the likes of the Audi and the Toyota. We can just turn so much tighter through here than the cars around us. I'm not really that sorry if I push a BMW out of the way. I have very little sympathy at the moment. I'm not going to quite be able to take that one flat out through there. Now, if we can clear the BMW, I don't know if we will have time to go and catch up to the vehicles up ahead. Now we can, I believe, just go and turn the car in much faster through here. Difficult part I've got is trying to make sure we keep momentum up on the exit, which we have done relatively well. Are we going to be able to find a way back past up here? BMW can have a look around the outside. You're not going to have much luck through there. The Escort is currently holding on to second place. The Escort much preferring this track. The Audi has missed a checkpoint through there. I am keeping the power down. I mean, I understeered off towards the wall, but we got away with that. We have caught and potentially passed the Subaru on the run into the first corner. We do. We're going to pass the Peugeot as well through there. That'll move me up into a third place. So the Peugeot got good speed on the exit. Peugeot's going to have a look around the outside. I think here we can just chuck the Abarth in there with so much more speed. Where the hell was that coming from? Oh, I mean, we've got so much speed around this track. I just can't use it. When I did not expect the Escort to be practically no mile an hour in the middle. I know the Escort is struggling more for grip around here. We may be able to try and get... I want to actually try and get underneath both of them through here. This is one of those frustrating races where we've got a very quick car, but we've got a lot of other not quite so quick cars, or a lot of other cars struggling in places and just, yeah, generally slowing us down. I mean, come on, go. Go faster. Yeah, I mean, we can't do anything. We can't do anything about whether we could catch the Toyota, I don't know. On a clean lap, we may be able to. I mean, we're going to take a completely different line through this corner. We've kind of got to. It's the only way we can get past stuff through there. It's a super aggressive line, but I've got the grip to do it. So I kind of have to at this point. We will jump across. Front-wheel drive, not really too much of a hindrance, apparently, around here. A little bit of understeer through this section, although I'm certainly not the only one. Carried a lot of speed on the way into that corner, which hopefully isn't going to be too much of a problem. We'll make it work here. We've just got too much grip through there. Would have been interesting to see if I could have done anything about the Toyota had we not got stuck in traffic. We would have gained our lap speeds incredibly differently around there to that Toyota. I mean, we didn't have a clean lap, so whether we could have got, I think we could have got close. I don't know whether we could have beaten it, but I think we could have maybe given it a challenge, given it a scare. So yeah, I will take that one again. We're back. We're up to fought our way up to second. That was a hard fought for, frustrating battle through there. But in the end, yeah, we came out with that second place. We're off to the River Scramble for our next race. I don't know what we're going to see from the Abarth. We're a long way back. It's going to be a difficult one from a long way back here. Yeah, we will see how it fares. The dirt sections are quite fast around here. I think this is more like the second circuit that we went to in terms of what cars are likely to be strong here. This may be a slight bit more technical. Hopefully that'll go my way, but we will have to wait and see, really. So, yeah, I mean, I think podium's going to be difficult at this track. If we can get a good start, like through here, we should, in theory, be quite strong. And after this section, it may be a little bit more difficult. Oh, it's going to be especially more difficult if we get caught on the outside of other understeery cars. We will, of course, take the avoiding line through the water. Might be, well, the Alpine is probably lighter than me. The MX-5 maybe if it's full weight reduction. That actually, the Toyotas, there's quite a few very light cars in this, to be fair. But yeah, light cars going through deep water, generally not a good thing. That Toyota, by the looks of it, is rear-wheel drive. We will try and get a pass done. Oh. Much easier if we can get a pass done through the flat-out bit rather than having to worry about them. And this bit here is probably your better overtaking, best overtaking opportunities around here. But if I can go through it without having to overtake, I can hopefully make some ground up on the vehicles ahead. This is the bit where the 695 is likely to be very strong. And indeed, the cars ahead are all having a big squabble amongst themselves. Can we pass the MX-5? We've got a bit more straight line speed than the Mazda. We can just duck down through turn one. We may well be clear of the Mazda. I will take that, thank you very much. Now, it is a big gaggle of cars. This actually helps me in my quest of can I get the 695 onto the podium. The Escort has been shuffled out wide through this section. It is the Audi that is to the front of the circuit. Everybody scatters through the water. Tell you what, this thing has got an immense amount of grip. I'm able to get some B-class cars I've driven have struggled to get to the narrow bit of the water. And then you drive this, and it just doesn't. It's just got more grip than it knows what to do with. And for a front-wheel drive, that's impressive. I've not got aero or anything. I just don't need it. on this. The only thing it does lack is that little bit of straight line speed, which is perhaps to be expected, and I'm okay with that when it handles this well. Oh, the Escort is going to be in a world of trouble through here. The Subaru was in a bit of trouble up ahead as well. Oh, yeah, I mean, admittedly, we were a little bit of a long way back on that one. I don't think the Escort even knew there was 695 preparing, setting up for a passing attempt there. You probably wouldn't, to be honest, because, yeah, they're busy with their own little battle. Now, we can be flat. I mean, it's not even a question of being flat through there. It's barely even a corner in many respects for this car. That's just how much grip it has got. Now, we are going to struggle, I think, to do much. Oh, God. Potentially to do much about that Toyota. We know it's stupid quick in a straight line. And around here, that's probably a little bit more useful. Subaru, we may be able to catch, but what we could do with is the Toyota and Subaru having a big fight. If they have a big fight, slow each other down. I mean, Steve with the Audi will be very happy to see that one as well. But if they have a big fight, slow each other down, let me catch up. That would be the best chance we have of a podium here. Although if we can end up in 4th, I would be honestly relatively happy with that, because this is, yeah, probably a circuit that's not quite so suited to my vehicle. We can be flat all the way down here. I don't really want to go into 5th, because we're going to be immediately changing down again. So yeah, we buzzed the limiter. The poor engine in the Abarth is having a good workout. Back end got a little bit loose all the way through there. The front end did not want to turn as much as I wanted it to. That's... God damn it, don't tell me I'm going to miss out on another podium with a slight error. Well, this time it's an error going on to the final lap of the race. I say desperation. We don't have a huge amount of time, so you've got to absolutely drive the wheels off the vehicles and try everything, which is what I am doing here. We were fast on the way in, maybe a little too fast on the way in, because it's compromised our exit slightly. I think okay, so we can't match the Toyota. We're not a million miles off the Audi, but I think it's a little faster. We are catching the Subaru, but I think we're just going to run out of time. Again, I'm driving super aggressive here, and it's not quite working out. We've pulled away from the Escort, despite making a couple of little errors. I think it's going to be another one where we sit and follow that Subaru across the line. I don't know whether, I'm not sure whether I'll fit down here particularly or not. Can we do anything through here? It's not going to be close enough. Unfortunately, even with an astonishing run through this section, if we were to get one, we would just not be close enough. Oh well, we tried. I think it's about as good as we could have got. Yeah, again, it wasn't a great final lap by me. Probably overdrove a little bit. I mean, we're only talking a few tenths difference between that and my fastest. But it could have been, even if it had gone a few tenths quicker, we weren't going to be catching that Subaru, I don't think, on the last lap. Didn't have the pace of the top two. I mean, we weren't a million miles away from the S1. We were a smidge faster than the Subaru, but again, you know, we're only talking a few tenths in all of that. We have been very consistent. We've been on the podium or fourth. You know, pretty good going for the front-wheel drive machine here. We head on to our final race. We are at the Balam cross-country circuit. I'm feeling relatively confident. I feel like my vehicle should possibly work here. The reason... While there are some straights around this track, the handling has always been pretty important. We know my vehicle handles very well. I think we're going to be half decent. I don't know if we're going to be able to match the might of that Toyota, but we will wait and see. Our car didn't look too bad on the landing of the jumps, which is potentially useful going forward. Can I be flat the whole way? I think if I get the turning points right, I don't see why we couldn't be. But it's not terrible on the landing. So here comes the Toyota. Now, it's not going to be able to quite match. The only downside I've got currently is the one car that has almost as much grip as I do is the one that we were trying to fight with, which is never good. Don't want to land in the deep bit of water. We do not have the power to get away with that. The Escort is leading the way. as is perhaps not a big surprise. We are going to have a stab at passing the Audi through there, which will kind of work. We've got to get back across, though, and the fence will always slow us down a little bit. I mean, yeah, it was worth a go, I think, getting past the Audi, but did not quite pan out. Oh, God, did not realise I was going to be having a crack at the inside there. I should probably, well, wasn't really an overtaking place for me, that one. Should have just stayed and followed a little bit better. Now, we can definitely carry some good speed through here, and I'm hoping if the back end stays in check, we can carry some good speed up this hill. It's not so great. This next corner is where we should, in theory, we should be fast through this next corner, although that was a horrible clonk on the landing. It is the Toyota to the front of the pack. The Escort is following. We may be just lacking a little bit too much straight line speed for this particular one, which would be a shame, but that is the way that it can go sometimes. We will chuck the car through there and see what we can do with the Abarth. I mean, they're competing currently to see who can go wider through that section. We are going to be on the outside. No way BMW is going to be able to make the most of that through there. Oh, come on, little Abarth, find some grip, which you do, although then you get it all sorts of crossed up in the air. Never good when you're jumping through the air not straight with a car. That's always a recipe for disaster one way or another. The Escort is actually doing a remarkably good job up at the front in this one. The Escort's really one of those cars that's kind of started quick and then fallen back through most of the races so far. This time it is holding on much more competitively. The Audi is to the inside of the Subaru. It may make that place work. Whether it'll hold it on the exit, not sure. We've pulled clear of the BMW. We've had a decent lap this time so far. We're going to lose a little bit of momentum through the water, but that is to be expected. Right, what can we do through here? I mean, we've definitely got the grip through that section to hopefully gain some time on the cars ahead. Apollo does agree with that statement. Yes, you do, don't you, dog? You like the Fiat. Whoa, that's sketchy through there. Still coming out of that corner sideways with a front-wheel drive car. I feel like that shouldn't be happening, but that's what we've got. I mean, it's working. It's working to make this thing remarkably quick. I mean, the layout is good for my car, but the fact that I am a front-wheel drive in a field of, I believe, mostly all-wheel drives, and this is still able to do what it does is impressive. Really impressive. On a full dirt race, the front-wheel drive is really not that hindered. I mean, to be fair, outside of a few bits where you get on-power understeer, it doesn't even really feel that front-wheel drive. It's just got so much grip. It's got so much traction and so much grip that it's sort of fine, really. The Escort is now starting to come under increasing pressure here. Now, the more that fights with the Audi, the better that is for me. I mean, if we get a podium here, it's going to be a really sneaked one, I think. But you never know. You never know what you might be able to get away with, basically. Are we going to come out of the final corner sideways again? No, this time around we brushed the wall, but we are mostly in a straight line. Don't tell me we're going to have another race where we miss out on a podium following a Subaru. It might be the case, but we are going to give it a damn good shot at trying to not miss out on a podium. We've got a lot of momentum through there, but I can't match Subaru's acceleration quite up the hill. The Subaru will have more power than me. We are lighter than the Scooby. We might not be that much heavier. I don't actually know how much the Escort weighs. We've got some traction through here, and nope, nothing going to work there. This is going to be a manic final couple of corners, though. The Escort feels the need to kind of defend a little bit. It chops across the nose of the Subaru. Subaru may get to the inside here. I am going to go try and take a very different line to the pair of them. Escort's very sideways. There's a Fiat-sized gap in the middle. We're going to take it. It's a Fiat-sized gap appeared. The Escort got very crossed up. Now, Fiat, boot it, straighten up. Now all we've got to do is get around the final corner. Don't bump the wall. Let the understeer do its work. We've snuck it at the death. In fact, the Subaru lost out big time. Yeah, the Subaru, in trying to fight me, I think put itself on a funky line and lost out massively. What a race. What a race. The Escort got too sideways, the Subaru was too narrow, and yeah, there was an Abarth-sized gap that we put in Abarth right here. Well, lap times were close as well. The Audi with the quickest lap time around there. We were only a couple of tenths off the Toyota. Yeah, I am mighty impressed with that Abarth. The Pebbles Toyota, I believe, is all-wheel drive. From what we saw, it looked like it was. If it is rear-wheel drive, very well done indeed. Because that thing has been mighty, mighty quick. I am very impressed with the Abarth for being two-wheel drive. No, see, the regulations on this, the 4-cylinder, I wondered if anybody would try and put like a turbo rally and SUV, and no one did. We all went cars. No one tried anything truly crazy. But yeah, the Abarth is fantastic. And even though this is really probably not its strengths, it did very, very well. And it was a lovely car to drive. But there we go. That is going to be it for this video. If you'd like to sign up to take part in the next one of these, you can via our Discord. There'll be a link in the description. Find the Versus the Community section, and you can register to take part in there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.